Hello again. Today we are going to be classifying triangles by their angles. So we're going to talk about 4 different classifications of triangles today. The first one we're going to talk about is an acute triangle. Okay? So an acute triangle is a triangle where all the angles are less than 90 degrees. You'll see here I have a triangle that is an acute triangle, and the angles are 30 degrees, 70 degrees, and 80 degrees. The next classification of triangles we're going to talk about is a right triangle. Now, a right triangle will have one 90-degree angle. Okay? And that's what makes it a right triangle, is because it has a right angle in it. And you'll notice the little blue box in the corner, and that signifies that that is a right angle. The next classification we'll talk about is the obtuse triangle. All right, and an obtuse triangle has one angle where the degree is greater than 90 degrees. So we'll have one angle where the measure is greater than 90 degrees. You'll see here we have a triangle that has an angle of 115 degrees, which is greater than 90 degrees, and that would make this an obtuse triangle. And the fourth classification we'll talk about is the equiangular triangle. And what that means is that all the angles are congruent. And since all the angles are congruent, I'm going to let you know that they are all 60 degrees. So all of the angles in an equiangular triangle are 60 degrees. And these are the 4 ways to classify triangles by their angles. So what kind of angle is this if we were to classify it by its angles? Well, you'll see that it has this blue box in the corner, which means that it is a right triangle because it has one right angle. Now, what kind of triangle is this if I were to classify it by its angles? Well, you'll see it has a 120-degree angle, so that would make it an obtuse triangle. So this is an obtuse triangle because it has an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So what kind of triangle is this if I classify it by its angles? Well, you'll notice that all of the angles are less than 90 degrees. So that would make this an acute triangle. How about this triangle here? What kind of triangle is it if I classify it by its angles? Well, I notice that all of the angles are congruent because they're all marked with this congruent shorthand. And so what that tells me is that if all of my angles are congruent, then this is an equiangular triangle. And that's how you classify triangles by their angles.